Hi there, and welcome to SSBBW Magazine's exercise program, and this will be for May 2004. Come on in, Mike.
2004?
I'm sorry, 2014.
2014. Oh my god, 2004. What was I doing in 2004? Oh my god.
I told you, it's one of those days today.
I see we're cleaning today.
I'm doing my witch impersonation.
Oh good. Well, I'm glad you brought the broom.
Yes, what are we doing with it?
We're going to use it for support.
Oh, okay.
You can lean on your broom. As long as you get like a good solid handle. That's a good wooden one. The cheaper plastic ones, they're not so good because they can bend. And,
oh, they bend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are really good. So what we're going to do today then, while you're using the broomstick, is some leg stuff.
Okay.
Now, you can join in with us if you like.
You must.
You must, of course. Which means your heart rate is going to get up, you are going to sweat a little bit, and you're going to work some muscles. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're doing this without music. You don't need music. But if you want to put music on, Strauss waltzes are the perfect speed for exercise.
Oh, okay.
Na 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 na, da 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 da. Yeah. So, leg stuff. We're going to start with, you probably can't see my legs quite to the bottom, but that's okay. We're going to do a squat, but you don't have to go down very far. You take your feet out wider, and then you point your toes forward in front of you, and you keep your weight on your heels and your rib cage tall. Think of Wilma Flintstone with the book stone tablet on her head, the spoof of oh, my memory's going, My Fair Lady. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're going to come down. You don't have to go down all the way, but keep your weight on your heels and your rib cage up. A lot of women tend to fold forward from the hips. You want to minimize that and keep your body vertical. It's because of the difference in center of gravity between men and women, a lot of women will inadvertently lean forward, and that can put some strain on the lower back. So keep your weight on your heels. There's less stress in the knee joint.
And I can attest to that.
You're using the handle, good. Use it for balance. You don't want to rest all your weight on it, because then you ruin the bristles.
I'm not really holding it.
Yeah, just, you can even keep your finger at the top just for a sense of balance. And you want to do at least 8 and as many as 25. The more you can do, even if it's a short range of motion, the better off your muscles are going to be. So what you want to do is work the big muscles of the body to get the most oomph out of boosting your metabolic rate. The big muscles of the body are the legs, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the gluteus maximus. The back muscles are also very large, and the pecs are the next largest. Everything else after that is considered smaller. How are you doing?
Good.
How's the heart rate?
It's getting up there a bit.
Great. Yours is too. That's good too. All right, next. You've warmed up. You've gotten everything ready to go. You're going to lift one knee, point your toes, straighten your knee, squeeze the muscles in the front of your thigh. If the bottom of your foot cramps up, that's a good thing. You're probably wondering why it would be a good thing if your body is cramping. It just shows you that your muscles can do more work. So you want to lift your knee as high as you can, point the toes. If you can't get your knee up in front, try lifting it to the side, and it's harder, but you can do it. Pointing your toes means you're not going to hurt your knee. When you do a kick, a lot of people will kick viciously. You don't want to do that. You want to come up and then point. It's hard on the hip flexor, right there.
If the broom is not stable enough for you to hold on to, because I'm having a bit of problems here, then hold on to a wall or something else. I can't, because otherwise I'll be out of shot. But
I'm going to use a sky hook. Anything that helps you with your balance. You can use a chair. You can use a solid piece of furniture that's secured to the wall. If you're outside, you can do it with a tree, fence, or a neighbor.
Only if they allow it.
Yeah. So what that does is, again, it works in the hip flexor when you lift your knee, and that muscle can fatigue very quickly. Then you've got the quadriceps, the muscles in the thigh. They are responsible for straightening your leg. And then the other side, or did you already switch?
I already switched.
Oh, she's good. You can switch too, you know. As again, you want to do 8 to 25. The higher the repetitions, of course, the harder it is. But remember, we're all starting with 1. 1 is a success. If you can do 1, try another. If you can do 8, try 9. If you can do 9, try 10.
Yes.
Keep on going that way.
Keep increasing.
Now we're going to work the glutes and the hamstrings. So what you want to do with this one is you want to lift your foot up behind you and your knee is beside the other knee. Then push your heel back. Push. So you're squeezing the gluteus maximus, the derriere.
Can we put the foot down in between pushes?
Yes, you can. It's better to hold it up because then you're using the hamstring more. But if you want to bring it up every single time,
well, I'm
that's
probably
okay
going to lose
too.
my balance otherwise.
So it's lift the foot, push back, bring the knee back to the other knee, and foot down to the floor. Up, push, in, and down. You're doing great. Keep that heel as high as you can behind you. And that really works the hamstring, the back of the thigh. Most people have, when we don't use our hamstrings much, a couple hours afterwards you're going to notice that your hamstrings want to do that move all on their own. And that's cramping. So we're back to cramping. Cramping is a good thing. I keep telling myself this. Because it shows your muscles are showing you that you can squeeze harder. And yeah, it hurts. But that's how hard your muscles can do it. That's how strong your muscles really are. So if somebody says you're not very strong, wait until you cramp. You can prove to yourself you are pretty strong.
Well, judging on some of the cramps I get in the middle of the night then, my legs are strong.
Yes. Bigger people have phenomenally strong muscles. We just aren't used to thinking of it that way. But let's face it, if you're carrying a little bit extra weight all the time, your muscles are used to doing hard work.
Well, that's it. I mean, I've got big calves, but that's all muscle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no flab there.
Yeah. I've got a bodybuilding friend. He was 375 pounds and then he went down to 190. He did it the wrong ways. He did it way too fast. But it was after he lost all that weight that he started working out. Because his muscles were used to being that big and that strong, he very quickly put on the muscle mass by training appropriately and effectively to do that. But he had the advantage of muscle memory. The muscles remember how they were and they don't want to change. So you got to force them to change sometimes. So don't worry if you've got big muscles in your legs. That's a good thing because the harder you make those muscles, the more lean and dense you make them, the higher your metabolic rate.
That's true.
The easier it is for you to burn off any excess calories.
Yep.
So
Okay.
you've done that leg, you've done the other leg?
I did 5 on each leg.
Great. Again, we're aiming 8 to 25, aren't we? That's okay, you'll finish those later. So that's the start, right? You lift the foot, you push back. Now, to make it even harder, I'll just demonstrate holding onto the broomstick. You can use a dresser. If it bothers your lower back, lean forward slightly. Stick your leg out in the air behind you and lift your foot. But you want to keep that glute squeezed and your knee as high as you can. You can also do single repetition where it's leg back, bend, point, and then down. But you got to do 4 stages. Lift, bend, point,
Straight.
and then down. So you're keeping the glute squeezed.
Oh.
Leg back.
Leg back.
Keep the knee back as far as you can, and then lift the foot up behind you. It's a toughie.
Oh. I didn't do my 4 stages there. I'm losing my balance.
So it's okay, we're doing the 4 stages. First, you lift the leg straight back.
Gee.
Yep, use anything you need to for balance. Then when your knee is up as high as you can get it behind you, bend the leg.
Bend the leg.
Keep your knee back. Then you're going to straighten your leg and point your toes, and then you're going to bring your foot back down to the ground. So it's 4 complete stops. So it's lift and stop, bend and stop, point and stop with your glutes still squeezed, then your foot is down and stop.
Okay, it's 5.
If you do have really good balance and control,
6.
squeeze the glute, then lift. Then the foot goes down, but you keep the knee back. So this is a little bit more advanced for balance, and it really works the hamstring and the glute. Who doesn't like a nice glute?
And hamstring, is that like back here?
Yeah, the hamstring muscles are the back of the thigh. If you have knee problems, the best thing you can do is strengthen the hamstring. Because the hamstring muscles come down both sides of the thigh, the back of the leg, and then they come down and connect in front under your knee. So the stronger you make the hamstring, the more stable your knee is. Also, the more blood flow you've got around the knee, keeping the joint warmer. The warmer the joint is, the easier it bends and flexes.
Boy, 8.
Good, you're doing great. Now, you've done the front, you've done the back, then there's the good old calves. We all know about going up on your toes. For a lot of people it's really hard to do, but that's okay. As long as you feel the weight coming off your heels, you are using the calves. The muscles in the calves that you're using when you're vertical like this are the gastrocnemius, otherwise known as gastrocs.
Okay.
So you just go up on your toes and you want to hold up for as long as you can, up and squeeze, then come down. I have broken bones in my feet, so this is really painful for me, but I do it anyway because the muscles need it and it helps keep the rest of my feet in really good shape. I just usually do it with shoes on. Today I'm in socks. So yeah, you can walk around with broken bones in your feet. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I had a crush injury years ago. You're doing good.
Now, when I first started doing this,
Yeah.
you could maybe get a sheet of paper, thin paper, under my heel.
You were lifting, yeah.
But yeah, I can go a little higher now.
Yeah, you're going up a good inch there anyway, maybe a little more. Nice. You can also do it, go up on 2 feet, over onto 1, and then come down on 1. So you go up, all your weight goes to 1 foot, and then come down. Again, you want to probably use something for balance. Keep close to the furniture, or if you're outside, use a railing, a fence, a tree, or your neighbor. Or a broomstick. A shovel works too. A shovel's great because you can plant it in the ground.
This is true. This is true. You sweep the floor when I'm doing it.
So that's front, back, the top of the legs, and the bottom. Now there's inner and outer thigh.
Okay.
You get to hold on to whatever for balance. Bring your foot out in front. You don't have to have your knee bent. You can have your leg straight, but you want to breathe out and sweep your leg across. Then inhale and sweep wide. But you don't want to swing your whole body. You want to keep your body in one place and lift only out as far as the muscles will let you without bending your body. So it's a sweeping motion. Across as you breathe out as you breathe in. And it's a good one for getting your balance. So try not to lean all your weight on the broomstick.
I'm
because
kicking the broomstick.
The broomstick is going to, yeah, you can hold the broomstick here. Let me just demonstrate. You bring it over to the side here like this.
That's why you said
and bring it across and then go out. You can do it as a complete stop is better. If you want to do it as a complete flow through, make sure you come to a stop at both ends. See, you got those soft bristles at the bottom of this broomstick.
Oh dear.
And that's soft, and so they're going to move a little. So in a perfect world, you have something really solid. Like parallel bars for gymnastics. Or the balance bar that ballet people use. I don't know what that thing's called. It's a bar, and it works. If you are finding it hard to do these things up on dry land, go to a swimming pool. Do them in the water, because the resistance of the water is actually going to make the exercises harder, but it's easier to stand.
Yeah, I've done water aerobics. It's a lot of fun.
And also, if you fall over, you're not going to get hurt. You're in water.
And it keeps you cool too, because you stay nice and
You can't
wet.
tell if you're sweating. That's right.
Okay.
So that's legs, and they're big muscles. You're going to breathe hard. You're going to yawn. You know why? Because it's exercise, which is burning blood sugar, and